Hey, it's Marcus here. Today I'm switching the gear a little bit. Instead of giving tips to illustrators on how to navigate the illustration industry, I'm turning focus to the demand side of this industry, which is the companies that want to work with illustrators on different illustration projects. As an agent, I've worked with many companies before on different illustration projects, and based on my experience, I sometimes don't think the companies know how to work with artists at all. So for this video, I'm going to tell you 5 things you should consider before working with the talents in this industry. And the last point is probably the most important thing, because if you can nail that point, the artist will be happy, and I promise you that the project will be amazing. Once you have found the illustrator and decided to have a first meeting with them, make sure in that meeting you give them a good idea of what you're looking for. I highly recommend you to actually give them a mood board or some examples of what kind of artworks you want them to do. This will actually eliminate a lot of problems for the project if you actually can present them with the right information. When the illustrator or the agent sends you the quote, that will usually include how many rounds of editing that will be free of charge. Please respect that, because if you decide to send them an email every hour by telling them what to edit or what kind of new things they should add to the illustration, that will actually annoy the illustrator, and there's a really good chance that they will pull out last minute because they get really frustrated, and you know what? You won't get the illustration for the project and you will panic. So here's my suggestions. When the artist sends you the email with the artwork, take some time to look at it and then send them an email with all the things you want them to change. Simple and direct. This will actually help the illustrator to finish the project on time, and then you can also stay within the budget as well. Trust me. Based on my experience, I actually have a company that keeps sending us requests to a point that the final bill was almost twice as much as we quoted initially. This is a common problem, and I would love to address this. The reason you're hiring a particular illustrator for a project is because you love their style. So make sure that you don't say something like, "Oh, I love your style, but for this project, can you draw like artist X?" This is actually really disrespectful to the artist, and it also shows you that you do not do enough research on hiring the artist for the right project. This is another common problem. Illustrators are not magicians. Do not expect them to give you an amazing artwork within a short period of time, such as 12 hours or a day. Therefore, when you actually know that you need an artist for a project, approach them immediately. If you fail to do that and decide to find an illustrator last minute, there are 2 problems. A, the illustrator will not be able to give you the best work, and B, there is always a rush fee add on it, and it can double or triple your initial budget. So I don't recommend you to find an artist 2 days before the deadline. This is the most important thing. Pay the illustrators on time. While you are having a stable monthly income, that doesn't apply to a lot of full-time illustrators. Most of the time, they will get jobs every few months, and then they will get a large sum of money, and they have to decide how to use that money to pay the rent and different bills. So if you decide to delay the payment, that is going to cause a problem. So imagine that if you work for a company that pays you every 3 to 4 months, and they decide to have another delay on the payment again, what are you going to do? How are you going to pay your mortgage? If you understand that, then please respect the illustrators and the payment terms. If you guys agree on net 30, then make sure that you pay the illustrators within 30 business days. Here's a personal experience as an agent. I once got a really fun gig for my illustrator with a really famous brand, and we decided the term to be net 30. And guess what? We didn't get the money until 6 months later. Net 180. This really sucks because we didn't get the money. We tried to add interest on it. They didn't care, and they never replied to me as if, oh, you know what? We a big company. We don't really need to cater you guys. I felt like we were bullied. And from that moment on, whenever I know people working with that brand, I will always warn them and tell them like, be careful with the payment terms. It sucks, but I'm glad that we still got the money in the end. I hope this video will give you a pretty good insight on how to work with illustrators in the future. If you like this video, make sure you give a like, and also if you have any comments or questions, or if you're an illustrator who has some really interesting experience with clients, make sure that you leave a comment in the comment section below. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel and also turn on the bell notification so that you know when I'm going to release the next video. With that being said, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. If you're still watching this video, which I know you are, then I have one more tip for you. And the tip is, do not be afraid to let the illustrators know the budget of your project. The reason I say that is because illustrators do not like to play the guessing game. So if you're being honest and say, this is the budget I have, can you do it? They can decide right away if they can take on this project or not. I hope this tip helps, and good luck.